Hello, Ryan.
Hi, Xiaoyi.
Well, in the last section, we have talked about the sixth story in the Cloud Atlas has shown some kind of respect to a certain spirit. Before we talking about this issue, I want to ask you something. Have you ever heard about the famous comment of Wachowski brothers' movies theme?
Oh, through all their movies?
Yeah, through all their movies, they have some common theme.
I've heard it might be the theme of resistance.
Oh, bingo! Do you agree on that point?
Well, if we think about the Matrix, the humans were resisting control by the machines.
Right. And I remember another movie, Wachowski involved as a scriptwriter and producer. It was called V for Vendetta. And in that movie, the resistance theme continued. And this time, the target of resistance become totalitarianism, which means Big Brother.
Ah, okay, yeah, right. And the Wachowskis then did Cloud Atlas.
Yeah.
So, where is the theme of resistance in this movie?
Well, I think for this time, the target of resistance seems to be much more blur or abstract. I think it's a conception called convention.
Convention, what exactly does that mean?
Of course, we know that convention have several different meanings, but in here, it means something regarded as normative example or kind of custom.
Okay, are there some customs or normative examples in Cloud Atlas?
Yeah, sure. If you're thinking about the 6 narrative threads in Cloud Atlas, which across 500 years, I think the 6 different stories are telling the same topic, which is every age has its own convention. If we think about the first story back to the 1849, the convention at the time is racism. And the people with dark color, especially like black people, they are considered as inferior. And the slavery system was considered as a representation of a natural law and order.
Yeah, there's still a little bit in the United States of America.
Yes.
Yeah. The white population in America is still the majority, but minority populations are growing, and there's still some latent racism evident in the United States of America.
Yes, I think it's still a very serious issue even today. What about the story of the composer in 1932? And could you find the convention in that story?
The convention in that story had to be about homosexuality, and the convention of discrimination against homosexuality.
Yeah,
which is really a nasty and awful sentiment. But since then, the human liberation movement in Great Britain, in the United Kingdom, and in the United States of America, since the end of June of this year, same-sex marriage is now legal in the United States of America. But still, in some of the rural areas of the United States of America, and in some countries around the world, there's still some discrimination against homosexuality.
Yes, in China, the homosexuality people have to keep their on-the-ground status. I think this convention is still prevail in China right now.
Okay.
And what do you think about the convention of the third story?
We'll have to take a look at that in the next section.
Yeah, okay.
All right, great.